As a result of growing optimism and better than expected economic news, the Bank of England Interest Rate Setting Committee raised their expectations for growth in the third quarter. I have Angela McGowan, Chief Economist for Ireland and the UK at Danske Bank, on the line. So Angela, what are your thoughts on the minutes today?
Well, I think that's quite consistent. I mean, they have mentioned a string of positive economic data releases, and the vast majority of forecasters have moved up their forecasts for the UK. Indeed, Danske ourselves, we've revised our annual growth rate from, it was only 0.7 last June, and now it's up to 1.3 for the entire year. So I think it's fairly consistent when you see so much good news coming through. You know, GDP had been revised up, unemployment falling, housing market has picked up. The Bank of England even noted that, with regard to commercial property market, there's an easing of credit conditions, and the consumer side is good, confidence up. So I think it's only about right that people are starting to think, yes, we should move the data upwards.
And Angela, they also unanimously decided to leave quantitative easing unchanged and the interest rate at a record low. So do you think a resumption of asset purchases is very unlikely and policy is likely to be on hold for a long time?
Well, it's totally data dependent, so we're all happy to sit still for the moment, and I think it looks quite good actually that there is consistency across the Monetary Policy Committee. I know just last month we had some of the members felt there was this compelling evidence for more stimulus. I think the data now has shown them all that they're happy to sit and wait, but it really will be data dependent as to whether there's any movements. I think they are prepared there if the recovery falters to loosen monetary policy. So we're going to have to just wait and see, is this the corner that we seem to have turned, and is the recovery, is it sustainable? So I think it's going according to plan, and certainly at Danske Bank we don't see any change in the interest rates all of next year, and we're forecasting for mid-2015 for any change that would come through, because we'd really want to see at least a year and a half of good sustainable growth before there's any movements.
And Angela, before I let you go, what did you think about the market response, such as the sterling hitting the highest level since January?
Yeah, I suppose markets, they always react very quickly to the numbers that are out there, and then maybe they settle down after a little bit of time. I suppose the fact that the governor, the minutes have stated that no stimulus is needed, so they're probably thinking, well, the economy is doing quite well and we're going to see interest rates rising sooner than the 2016. I think many people are starting to think that. But I think overall, you can never really predict how exchange rates go. As I think Alan Greenspan himself said, he'd been in the business for 50 years, and his primary conclusion was they're unpredictable. But, we do think, that the strong numbers there, we're seeing strength certainly for sterling, and we do think actually, it will actually appreciate a little more maybe in autumn time. And Danske markets, they're looking for Euro GDP to drop to 82, so in the 3-month horizon. But they do forecast very loose monetary policy in 2014, like I said. So you don't know what's going to happen in Europe, for example. So we could see the Euro start to maybe regain some ground in the 12-month horizon. I suppose really in the background what we're all watching is the emerging markets. We've seen these big capital outflows as the US Fed talks about tapering its quantitative easing. So that is probably going to be the big one to watch. And also very much for the UK, how is Europe doing? They've managed to escape from recession, but will that continue? Will they manage to keep their heads above water? Because they are the largest trading partner for the UK. So that's going to be quite important going forward as well.
Great, thanks Angela for your commentary. Well, that is it for right now, but do join us again tomorrow. Have a great day.